My mind is focused, lucid, clear. I have stopped thinking. I am completely immersed in the present moment, in what I am doing. I don't seem to hear anything. Time has stopped and my body is moving by itself. The world around me has vanished. I have lost my sense of self. I feel incredible. Welcome to the way of flow. To be in the state of flow is to be totally immersed in what you are doing. There's a unique focus, and after a certain intensity occurs, joy and complete clarity. Time disappears along with the sense of self. You feel connected with the universe, and once these conditions occur, you're doing what you are doing for no other reason than the sheer joy of it. What follows is a fascinating journey to understand the Taoist way of flow, its mysterious history, the key concepts and principles, and the powerful ways to bring the insights into your life so that you can live the wisdom for yourself. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. The history of Taoism is shrouded in mystery. Its founding fathers are shadowy figures whose lives are recorded with mythical uncertainty. Some are believed to have lived to over 100 years, whilst others are believed to be immortal. Taoism can trace its origins back to a wide set of beliefs, concepts, and practices. Researchers have tried to separate fact from fiction, and whilst there is still much ambiguity, there is always one historical figure that cannot be ignored: the legendary Lao Tze. Lao Tze was born around 604 BCE and is responsible for the famous book Tao Te Ching. According to legend, he was conceived when his mother witnessed a shooting star. He developed in her womb for 62 years and was born as a fully grown man with big earlobes, a symbol of wisdom, and long white hair. He named himself Li after the plum tree and became known as Lao Tze, meaning old master. Lao Tze was a mystic and believed that the Tao is the source of the universe, the essential nature of all things, prior to form and labels. That which can be named is never the Tao. Only the Bible has been read and translated more than the Tao Te Ching. This mysterious book draws so many people, in part due to the penetrating words and profound meaning. Composed of short, poetic chapters, each reading yields endless interpretations, but the Taoist principles always resonate throughout. In 82 chapters, the Tao Te Ching points to the Taoist way and shows how following it will lead to a happy and fulfilling life. There was once an old farmer who lost a horse. All the villagers came by and said, "What bad luck." And the farmer said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" The next day the horse came back and brought 7 wild horses with it. All the villagers came around and said, "What good luck?" And the farmer said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" The next day his son, who was attempting to tame one of these horses and was riding it, was thrown and broke his leg. All the villagers came around and said, "What bad luck?" And the farmer said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" The next day the army officers came around looking for people to conscript, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. All the villagers came around and said, "What good luck?" And the farmer said, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" So how are we to interpret this story? Tao is the fundamental source. All that is known in the world comes from the Tao. This is often expressed as yin and yang. Forces influence each other through endless reactions and the energies of opposites. These forces result in events in the everyday world. The events of life may appear in one direction only to reverse due to their opposite nature. Everything we do creates its own opposite. Lao Tze suggests that to succeed in living we should take a step back and allow this eternal balancing act to occur. Allow matters to run their course as they go through their cycles. All things are subject to their own patterns of ebb and flow. The principle of yin and yang bring a dynamic balance of forces of movement and rest, activity and passivity, so that the balance point returns to the center. If the Tao is beyond names or words and cannot be seen or touched directly, how can we ever know the Tao? One answer is found by studying nature. Water, one of nature's most life-giving substances, has been used by Taoists to symbolize Tao. Water has many special properties that make it unique. Notice the ways of water and you become aware of Tao. When water is stirred up, it is murky, but when left undisturbed, all impurities settle to the bottom. The water becomes clear, and all is perfectly reflected in the surface. When we are busy doing a lot of things, thoughts are stirred up, things become murky and unclear. Allow your mind to still and everything becomes clear. In perfect stillness we discover Tao. Lao Tze said, "Calm represents the nature of water at its best." Only still water reveals a reflection, never moving streams. Taoist meditations teach how to bring the mental chatter to stillness. Water conforms to whatever shape contains it, yet water does not change its inner nature. It is always water, whether it follows a riverbed or fills a cup. Water can change its state as a liquid to form solid ice, or even vaporizes steam, without changing its chemical nature. Similarly, Tao is formless, and yet it conforms to all things. Like water, Tao flows effortlessly, changing its expression according to circumstance, without ever giving up its inner nature. You can find ways to adapt to life's many changing situations when you flow with Tao. King Hui of Wei had a carver named Ting. When this carver Ting was carving a bowl for the king, every touch of the hand, every inclination of the shoulder, every step he trod, every pressure of the knee, while swiftly and lightly he wielded his carving knife, was as carefully timed as the movements of a dancer. I could never have believed that the art of carving could reach such a point as this. "I am a lover of Tao," replied Ting, putting away his knife, "and have succeeded in applying it to the art of carving. When I first began to carve, I fixed my gaze on the animal in front of me. After 3 years, I no longer saw it as a whole bowl, but as a thing already divided into parts. Nowadays, I no longer see it with the eye. I merely apprehend it with the soul. My sense organs are in abeyance, but my soul still works." By taking the path of non-action, Wu Wei, nothing is left undone and everything is accomplished. On the surface, this seems to be a contradiction. How can we accomplish anything without doing something to make it happen? Penetrating deeper into the meaning of non-action offers us creative alternatives that can help make our efforts become realities. Non-action does not mean that people should literally do nothing at all. Non-action means to not take any action that goes against nature. Do not fight against the current. Instead, flow with it, and you will travel a great distance without effort. Deep within the sea of consciousness, we search for Tao. Meditation helps us navigate through the waters. Following the flowing circulation of Qi as our compass, in tune with Tao, we can explore more deeply. Meditation can bring about clarity of thoughts, calming, along with greater vitality, sensitivity, flexibility, and resiliency. Taoists believe that the practice of meditation brings about healthier and happier living. Taoist yin-yang theory suggests that whenever we push in one direction, a tendency to go in the opposite direction is also created. This has been shown to be true in modern theories of stretching and flexibility. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons defines flexibility as the range of motion at a specific joint, that is, the capacity to lengthen or stretch. To become more flexible, as Taoism advises, can be enhanced by a physical program to help elongate the muscles. But how you stretch can have the opposite effect if you do not do it correctly. Qigong is the meditative art that circulates internal energy, qi. Derived from Taoism, Qigong has been combined with martial arts and Eastern medicine to enhance health, strength, and vitality. Qigong practice raises qi at will to circulate and direct it to various parts of the body. Martial artists can use it to add to the effectiveness of their blocks and strikes. Applied for health, Qigong helps to unblock stagnant qi, returning the body to its correct balance of yin and yang by the healthy circulation of energy. A great martial arts master lived in a small Chinese village, quietly practicing his art. All the villagers knew that he was truly wise and exceptionally strong, even though he appeared old and frail. One day, a young challenger knocked loudly on the master's door. "People say you are very strong, but you look weak and old to me. I challenge you to a punching contest." The master tried to talk the young man out of such a competition, but finally agreed to do it. The whole town gathered around to watch. The two men faced each other. "Please, you may go first," said the master quietly. The young man threw his most powerful punch directly into the stomach of the old master. The master took the punch with a serene look on his face. The younger man was surprised but said, "Okay, your turn." The master closed his eyes for a moment, gathering his qi, and then punched with what seemed to be a light touch. The young man yelled, then fell over, unconscious. The master knelt down to revive his opponent. When the young man woke up, he said with great respect in his voice, "Master, I have misjudged you. Please take me on as your student." The former opponent became a loyal and dedicated student. Such stories illustrate the martial applications of qi. Doctors were not always available after combat when needed, so the practitioners of martial arts learned healing techniques. Martial arts masters were often called upon to use their abilities with qi for healing, sometimes for their own students, sometimes for others. This gave another power to the martial arts teacher, not only to be able to cause discomfort, but also to be able to remove it. Change goes through a cycle of creation and destruction, and back to creation, always in dynamic motion. The path of learning may be entered from many doorways. This tradition is still followed today. Taoism can guide you back to your center. When you attune yourself to Tao, you gain sensitivity, flexibility, a sixth sense, the best course to follow. You are energized by the flow of qi, allowing it to circulate freely and nourish you day by day. You evolve from the Tao, poised between yin and yang, following the natural flow of your life as it unfolds. With Tao as your inspiration and qi as your vitality, you can allow yourself to develop fully and become all that you hope to be. Find your balance in motion as you travel the path, enjoying the way.